They believe these
Let him come back.
Let
him come. Let's understand.
Can I quietly request?
Yeah.
Can I quietly request people that over 40 years, our poverty standard has been mainly food grain based on calorie intake. Later on, we said we ought to add other elements more than food, clothing, shelter, and then the Tendulkar line was invented. Above the Tendulkar line is a $1 a day line, which the World Bank has, and above that is Arjun Sengupta line. Now, as you raise the standard, as you raise the bar, more and more people are poor.
No, sir.
But
sir,
as I said, by each standard, over time, poverty is coming down. Now, the people who gather the data are not dishonest people.
No, I'm not saying they're dishonest. I'm saying relevance.
Montek Ahluwalia doesn't make these numbers up.
Government of India was a signatory.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were.
Government of India was a signatory.
What about drawing the line? They agreed to do that. I mean, we didn't force the government to do that. It would be a higher line. They went and did that. They accepted that.
The Tendulkar line.
They accepted that.
Tendulkar line is a line.
Why are they now shifting from there?
1 minute. 1 minute. Nirmala, yes, go on, please. Nirmala, please go on. Meghnad Desai, please listen to the other side. I know you're getting.
See, it is one thing to go into.
Go on, Nirmala.
Can I please say?
Yeah, please do. Please do, ma'am.
See, it's very well for Dr. Lord Meghnad to go about telling us the different measures and how it has got built up. As an academic exercise, please let that continue. We have no objections. But in a country like India, where your entitlements depend on what classification you come under or come over, once the ceiling is determined, the Planning Commission goes about allotting resources and which then gets distributed to the states, and at the states to the district level, and a ceiling is arrived at the district level. So when the resources reach the district level, not everyone, even going by today's standard of 28 rupees and 24 rupees, will be covered by the various entitlement schemes. Once the individual is identified as above this limit, he is not going to get several of the entitlements. Correct. So if we understand that 28 rupees is what you think is enough for a man to live, does it cover education of his family,
Precisely.
the children in the family? Does it cover the health of all the members of the household?
It doesn't.
What are we talking about?
It only covers food.
Even if Lord Meghnad is convinced that all the academic rigor is maintained, and therefore they can match up to the international standards, let that be where it should be. But the moment it translates to the district level, for entitlements, unfortunately, it is going to end up denying a whole lot of people who you'd say have come down in numbers, but who are still within the framework of your 28 rupees, 32 rupees or whatever.
Lord Desai, why are you bowing? Can I once again very humbly say, can I very humbly say that our poverty level, once again, our poverty level is fixed only on food grain consumption. It is true that the poor should also have education for the children, clothing. But the standard which is fixed is only in
why then explain this to me, sir? Please tell me, sir. 1 second. Tell me, sir, sorry. Does a person live by food alone? One. A person has no right to housing, clothing, health, education, and I made another calculation. Lord Desai, 1 minute. Hear me. Can I please explain to you? Sir.
Can I please explain to you?
Sir, in urban, according to the urban estimate, 28 rupees 35 paise, 5 families in Mumbai should not be poor if they are 4,252 rupees a month. What logic is this, sir?
Can I once again say that historically in all countries poverty was measured only by calorific consumption and the food bill that gave you that much calorie. Later on, people have realized that poor need education, health, housing, and so on.
Why don't we change?
There are other standards for that. But this particular level is only for food.
Why don't we change? Why don't we get realistic? That's my question.
We have other estimates. A Tendulkar estimate, $1 a day estimate.
No, but the planning commission. But
we have
Lord
lots of standards.
Lord Desai, the planning commission finalized these figures using the old poverty line because the consumer survey is from an earlier year. This shows that the basic parameter on which definition of poverty is happening in India is completely flawed. The parameter is flawed, sir. The formula is flawed.
Not only that, it suits them. It suits them.
That may be the case. I'm not in the planning commission, but I think the method of only food grain consumption, yes, it is faulty, but that is a consistently made since 1971 in Indian poverty
maybe time
measurement.
to change.
Now, I think Bijan is right that the UN standard is much higher. By that standard, there are lots of poor people in India. And it will be more than 24 rupees. There is no doubt about that.
Bijan.
No.
Bijan is right.
So Lord Desai...
he's not wrong.
So Lord Desai is absolute... Lord Desai is absolute...
Yes.
Lord Desai is absolutely right. You see, when the world is changing, why is not India changing? Why is the planning commission sticking on to the old methods of calculation to showcase that their performance is great?
Okay,
which
gentlemen.
is not right.
Gentlemen.
I mean, when the world is changing, why is India not changing?
Things are unfair.
You need to understand that when 2 crores of people in our country are pushed into poverty every year because of poor health care or expensive access to health care. People have to understand that the bare necessity, the reality of the ground, the planning commission has to accept it.
Arnab, can I just add one line here, please?
10 seconds.
Can I just add one line here?
Yes, very briefly, yes. Yes, please, go ahead.
You know, all this is based on what the individual is earning per day, but in a government, particularly which promised creation of about 9 million jobs annually, when 8 million more people are joining the job market annually, no job has been created. It is very clear now, everybody agrees that what we are facing today in this country is a jobless growth. And in spite of that, we seem to be telling that enough is enough. If you earn 28 rupees per day, it is fine for you, when the man doesn't even have a job. And this government is also giving a dole-giving program. And with all this said, we are talking and discussing what makes poverty and what level is sufficient to push a man above poverty. I think comprehensive failure is what is standing out.
Is poverty...
No job creation, dole dispensation, high levels of corruption even in the dole dispensation, and an academic discussion of who is below poverty and who is above poverty. I think just ridicules the whole thing. I think the government has to seriously contemplate, and enough is enough of this.
We end on a very real question. Why is poverty measured only in terms of calorie intake? Are the poor animals? That it is measured only in terms of food?
No.
Do the poor have no other rights or needs? That's a broader question.
No.
But you know, that's unfair. Also, what is unfair is the fact that India is out of the Asia Cup. Sorry for linking unlinked issues, because that's the story we're going to go on the other side of the break. Meghnath Desai, Nirmala Sitharaman and Bijan Mishra tonight. Thank you for being with me on the news. On the other side, the real story, which a lot of people in India also want to know more details of. How are we out of the Asia Cup? How did the formula go so wrong? Much more coming up in 2 minutes. That's all on the News Hour tonight. See you tomorrow same time. Good night and goodbye.